Broadway to Kennedy and eastbound between Torrance and Burr. On the area expressways, your travel time on the inbound Edens, 38 minutes. No delays outbound, just 15 to Lake Cook Road. On the Kennedy out, 32 to Montrose, the same in the express, 54 to the airport, and 57 to drive in. On the Eisenhower out, 45 to the Mannheim exit, an hour 7 to I-90. Inbounds an hour 12 from the Jane Addams to the Jane Byrne, a 38-minute ride in for Mannheim. On the Stevenson out to the Midway Airport exit at Cicero Avenue, 40 minutes. 55 to the Tri-State, an hour 8 to the Veterans Stowaway, and 50 in. Southside, the Dan Ryan from downtown out to the Split, 35, 20 minutes in between the Merge and downtown. A 3-minute delay on 57 going out because of a backup from the Dan Ryan to past Halstead, but you're good on the Bishop Ford. Your next report from the Metro Traffic Center, 518 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Neil, thank you. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 28, but the good news is, starting tomorrow, we're going to have sunny skies, temperatures in the 50s. 35 at O'Hare now, 40 Aurora, 31 Lakefront, east winds at 8 miles an hour at 510.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well,
I'll take this one.
what? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I hear the best...
So what did we just hear on the radio? They just said it's 5:10 when it's 5:30. WBBM is now 20 minutes behind on their time. It's February 12th, 2026. WBBM is 20 minutes behind. On the radio, the lady said it's 5:10 when it's actually 5:30.
Oh, really? Stuck
They're
landing
20
there.
minutes behind
It's the
on the
Xfinity
radio.
Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi.
SubX.News reporting
guaranteed. Just
WBBM on February 12th, 2026, 5:30. WBBM is 20 minutes behind. Right now, there should be the news.
Auto-pay the stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
It is 5:11. The village of Dalton suing Fifth Third Bank over alleged misappropriations. By
Who's
former
watching?
Tenure. The Daily Southtown reports the village looking
Tech,
at the claim.
hey, can you tell me what time you see on your clock? My brother and my sister, what's your name? Is it Tech Manch Gomez? Hey, do me a favor. In the comments, tell me what time is on your clock. She said it's 5:11. Please put it in the comments, all right? Thank you. I appreciate you.
Among other things, make it more difficult to redraw electoral maps to exclude various groups, and would codify ballot access for non-English speakers. Connor Kosicek is with the Chicago Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights.
Our elections and our democracy are stronger.
So everybody heard her, right, Steve? She said 5:11, it's 5:31. Everybody's the witness. WBBM is 20 minutes behind. This is the second time we've seen this, right?
Jeff Buckles, News Radio
Wild.
105.9. WBBM.
Two foreign nationals indicted in Chicago in a federal courtroom in a $10 million healthcare fraud scheme.
Federal prosecutors in Chicago say in 2023 and 2024, 48-year-old Kashif Iqbal and 31-year-old Burhan Mirza submitted fraudulent claims to private healthcare benefit programs and also to Medicare for services and items that were not provided. 3 alleged co-schemers have already been indicted as part of this investigation. One of them is from Chicago. The Chicago Office of the FBI and Chicago's Office of Inspector General are among the agencies that have been working on this case. Terry Keschner, 105.9 WBBM.
Teens accused of violent crimes are getting a second chance in Cook County.
The Juvenile Pretrial Detention Alternative Pilot Program, or JDAPP, allows eligible youth to be referred to a jail alternative during their pretrial detention hearing on serious violent offenses to include sex crimes, illegal use of a firearm, even murder. It'll be up to a Cook County judge to decide if a high school eligible teenage boy will be ordered into the JDAPP.
It's 20 minutes behind. They said it was 5:11 p.m. on their radio broadcast just now, and it's actually 5:31 p.m.
JDAPP is its requirement to be active in school, with the state's attorney's office citing many violent crimes are committed by youth who have not been attending school regularly. Funded by a grant of up to $1 million from the Cook County Justice Advisory Council, the Juvenile Pretrial Detention Alternative Pilot Program rolls out first in North Lawndale and Little Village. An independent policy research center will then assess the effectiveness of the interventions. Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Minnesota now, the Trump administration ending its immigration crackdown there. Border czar Tom Homan said he recommended that Operation Metro Surge be concluded because he says it's been successful, and President Trump agreed. Homan touted the 4,000 immigration arrests, he says, since the operation started last November. CBS's Nicole Skanga says there may be another factor, though, for the leave.
This administration has faced ongoing pressure from Minnesota, from other Americans who have registered their dissatisfaction with federal immigration operations in the Twin Cities area, especially in light of the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy.
Homan said a significant drawdown begins this week and will continue into next week. The Trump administration officially rolls back a scientific finding meant to combat climate change.
President Trump calls it the single largest deregulatory action in American history.
We are officially terminating the so-called endangerment finding, a disastrous Obama-era policy that severely damaged the American auto industry and massively drove up prices.
EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin was especially pleased.
This is a big deal.
The endangerment finding determined carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases endanger public health. So what about health?
We can and must choose both.
Legal challenges to the president's action are expected. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Federal judge blocked the Pentagon from downgrading Senator Mark Kelly's military rank. The judge found that the government had trampled on the senator's First Amendment freedoms. The retired Navy captain drew the Trump administration's ire after he and 5 other Democratic lawmakers posted a video that urged members of the military to refuse illegal orders. In response, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth wrote on social media that he would be appealing the ruling. And a Ukrainian athlete has been disqualified for the Olympics.
At the Milan Cortina Winter Games, Ukrainian skeleton athlete Vladislav Haraskevich, a likely medal contender, was barred from racing after refusing a last-minute plea from the International Olympic Committee to not use a helmet that honors more than 20 athletes and coaches killed in Ukraine's war with Russia.
To be honest, I cannot understand for what I was suspended. And I still try to figure out.
The IOC says the helmet breaks rules against making statements on the field of play.
Examples from Canada skier who was wearing sign "I ski for Britain," so it was okay. She was doing her competition and she didn't get disqualified.
Haraskevich met with the leader of the IOC, Kirsty Coventry.
I really wanted to see him race today. It's been an emotional morning.
They didn't find common ground.
No one, especially me, is disagreeing with the messaging. The messaging is a powerful message.
The two could not reach a compromise. I'm Ed Donahue.
Pella provides window and door replacement with products you can trust.
Yeah, so this is the second time. I think you're the one that helped me with that last time, right, Steve? So they're 20 minutes behind. I just posted it, right? It was because that's kind of why I rushed Ronnie a little bit, because I wanted to hear the 5:30 news, right? And because, you know, the local news is usually on to 5:30. So something's going on with WBBM. I have to call them up and ask them for a statement, right? I don't know what's going on. So maybe we'll listen to let's listen to my live radio here. All right. And we'll see what's going on here, right? But it's a beautiful sunset tonight.
87 Charlie David.
87 Charlie and David.
Yeah, Charlie David. Can we get a VIN number, Blue Line, excavator, Irving Park?
09517. 09517.
86, Eddie.
86 Eddie.
Do you know which side of the tracks are on? Which side they're on?
Let me see. Hold on. No, it doesn't. Oh, it just says second rail car 5490, but it doesn't say which way.
All right, we'll let you know.
I'm sorry, 86 Adam? Alright, who's ever trying is all static. I can't hear anything.
7386 Adam.
86 Adam.
How you VIN number for Jackson Red Line?
09537. 09537.
An hour out. You're at 44 to Manheim.
Let's see if they got on time.
Jane Addams Tollway, hour 7 in from 90 and 38 in from Manheim. On the Stevenson outbound, heavy traffic from State Street to before Harlem Avenue, and then from the Tri-State to Cass, 50 to 294, an hour 2 to 355, and 50 minutes in. On the Dan Ryan 35 outbound, 20 minutes inbound. Slight delays on 57 and the Bishop Ford Freeway. Across the tollways, nothing major. You do have some roadwork delays on the Tri-State southbound at I-190 on that exit ramp. There is some roadwork. That's why the Jane Addams is heavy eastbound approaching the ramp to westbound I-190. Your next report from the Metro Traffic Center, 548 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
WBBM AccuWeather, it's going to be partly cloudy for tonight, a low of 28, and then a much warmer day for tomorrow with a good deal of sunshine. High up to 51, mainly clear tomorrow night, low 33. And another nice day on Saturday for Valentine's Day. Some sun.
Did it get? Is it on the right time now?
40s at the lakefront. 35 degrees right now at O'Hara and at Midway. 34 in Northbrook. 33 at the lakefront. Going down to 28 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson.
540. Joliet District Board members have voted to close an elementary school there.
540. So WBBM's back on track.
Pending Marshall this year in a building that can hold 644. A building that's a century old, does not have an elevator, and must share the same space for the cafeteria and gym. The Board of School Inspectors voted 7-0 to close Marshall at the end of this year and transfer students to Singleton, which is larger and only 15 years old. That came over supporters' arguments that Marshall is closer to their homes and has smaller class sizes. Superintendent Teresa Rouse says the district is committed to making the transition as smooth as possible and is inviting Marshall families to an open house at their new school in May. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A multi-billion-dollar lawsuit against a major news organization will go to trial next year.
A U.S. judge has ordered that President Trump's $10 billion lawsuit against the BBC can go to trial. Southern District of Florida Judge Roy K. Altman has set a trial date for February 2027. He rejected an attempt by Britain's national broadcaster to delay proceedings. Trump filed a lawsuit in December 2025 over the way the BBC edited a speech he gave on January the 6th, 2021.
Number for Red Line, Chicago and State.
$1 billion for defamation and a further $5 billion for unfair trade. The publicly funded broadcaster has apologized to Trump over the edit of the January 6th speech, but rejects claims it defamed him. Karen Shamas, London.
Tomorrow is Friday the 13th, and if you're superstitious, there's something to sweeten the day.
Krispy Kreme wants to make the notoriously unlucky day a lucky one for some of you. The donut shop is randomly giving away 13,000 free dozens of original glazed donuts nationwide.
09574.
You gotta go into the store, and if you're one of the lucky ones, they'll hook you up with a sweet coupon for your freebie to use anytime over the next 13 days. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
At the editor's desk today is Patrick Rushman and later Cameron Costanzo. Our writers Cecilia Fragakis, assistant producers Audit Jagannathan, Midiana Hutnick, and George Ayub. Traffic producer is Anton Peters, and broadcast managing editor Zach Weber. It's 5:42.
Sometimes the thought
There you go. Weird, huh? Everybody witnessed that. SubX.News. Everybody knows what I do. I live feed and I have these radios to make sure that what? I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. I do it so you know I'm not making this stuff up. It's not AI. It's not whatever. The one, and then I post tomorrow what I did today, but the recordings and the traveling and what I do, it's to document where I'm at so no one can say I'm making things up. So you guys just heard that, right? That the news was on the wrong setting. So now we're going to do some radio calls. I have an idea where I'm going today. I'm going to put on some radio calls, and maybe at 6 o'clock we'll put the news back on and hear what we missed, all right? Let's go back. It's 5:44 now. We'll go back to, 5 o'clock maybe? And we're going to go listen to some radio calls, and we might go do some crime fighting, all right? That's what we're going to do right now, okay?
Oh, my unit 1024 in Citywide. I got a 5
That's what we're going to do now.
Conversation, her 11-year-old daughter was being followed home from school 2 minutes ago and is afraid. Kids went outside. A male offender last name wearing sunglasses. Brown and black clothing. Outside of this
7386 Charlie.
86 Charlie.
That number for Sergeant Lake.
09062.
Now you guys got to see this view right before I go.
The reception here is very bad. Can you try that one more time, please?
Sure, it's 090.
There you go. How about that $1 million view, huh?
062.
Look at that. How do you like that view,
Record
huh?
console time is 1700 on the 12th of February, 2026. Chicago point to point radio is clear.
738 680.
86
Howard, red line, please.
09105. 09105.
7387 Adam Boyd.
87 Adam and Boy.
O'Hare Blue Line, event, please.
09109. 09109.
7316.
86 David.
Yeah, red line check. Chicago State.
Beautiful, ain't it?
115.
That's a beautiful view there.
88 David.
88 David.
Blue line station check at all specials.
09127. 09127.
10-4.
83 Audi.
Ready to cruise? Let's get out of this popsicle stand, huh?
09134.
What? You got it. 383 Charlie.
83 Charlie.
Look for the 79 station.
09150. 09150. 7373. 7373.
Let's get out of here, huh? Beautiful picture there. There you go, huh? That's beautiful. We got a beautiful city. That's beautiful, huh? I'll show you one more view then here.
383 Charlie.
83 Charlie.
Another number for 79, platform check.
09195.
I like this one because it's more, do you see that little color there from the sun, right? That reflection there. See, look at that. Is that beautiful or what? Check that out right there. That's nice there, huh?
7372.
See that one there? See that there? That's right. That's looking east.
09201. 09201.
Adam Boyd.
87 Adam and Boy.
Event, please. Blue line, Rosemont.
09230. 09230.
7386 Adam.
That 86 Adam.
Can I get a number? Jack, lower.
09254. 09254.
113 innocent, one in the citywide.
Okay, 10-4, thank you.
The units of 5 units on Citywide. A person with a gun, 224 East 103rd Street. Caller states her daughter was involved in a auto accident, I guess. A silver Ford Edge. Looks like the person is pulling a gun on her. Nothing further. Zone 9 clear.
Units in 3 in Citywide. We have a burglary in progress, 7020 South Jeffrey, apartment 313. DeMonte says an unknown person is trying to come into his front door using a screwdriver. No further details, no further descriptions. Zone 7, District 3 is clear.
736 Eddie.
86 Saturday.
Another police for Howard and Red.
09315. 09315.
I'm glad you like it, Marietta.
Units 18 in the Citywide. You get a battery in progress north at Orleans and north. Caller states a homeless male attacking people on the street, taking swings at anyone who walks past. Male black gray, sweatpants, black jacket, no weapons possible. Intoxication and mental issues, nothing further.
Where was that at?
09. Units 18 in the Citywide. You get a battery in progress north at Orleans and north. Caller states a homeless male attacking people on the street, taking swings at anyone who walks past. Male black gray, sweatpants, black jacket, no weapons possible.
That's by you, Marietta, Orleans and North. That's by your neighborhood.
7383 Adam.
83 Adam.
Event number for 95 right away.
09359. 09359.
For the units in 14 and Citywide, an assault in progress, 2626 North Sawyer. 2626 North Sawyer, the female caller says her neighbor, who's an 80-year-old male white wearing a black hat, is walking northbound on Sawyer, yelling at 2 male blacks and swearing at them. I have nothing further on it. 14th District, Zone 3.
7383 boy.
83 boy.
Event number for 95 red line.
09366. 09366.
234 units in 2 in Citywide. We have a person with gun, 5500 King Drive. 2 vehicles circling the block, suspicious. First vehicle is a 4-door Ford with no plates and tinted windows. Second vehicle is a black Chrysler with no plates. Saw 3 male blacks in vehicle. 2 males have guns. Last seen wearing all black clothing for the first person, and the second person was a black shirt and blue pants. No further details. Zone 7, District 2 is clear.
7387 Adam Boy.
234 units in
7383 boy.
For the units in 14 and Citywide, an assault in progress, 2626 North Sawyer. 2626 North Sawyer, the female caller says her neighbor, who's an 80-year-old male white wearing a black hat, is walking northbound on Sawyer, yelling at 2 male blacks and swearing at them. I have nothing further on it. 14th District, Zone 3.
7383 boy.
83 boy.
Event number for 95 red line.
09366. 09366.
234 units in 2 in Citywide. We have a person with gun, 5500 King Drive. 2 vehicles circling the block, suspicious. First vehicle is a 4-door Ford with no plates and tinted windows. Second vehicle is a black Chrysler with no plates. Saw 3 male blacks in vehicle. 2 males have guns. Last seen wearing all black clothing for the first person, and the second person was a black shirt and blue pants. No further details. Zone 7, District 2 is clear.
7387 Adam Boy.
87 Adam and boy.
Blue Line, Cumberland, Dudley.
right, for my Lakeshore driviness, we're getting a traffic.
7387, Adam Boyd.
231, 234, units in 2 and citywide. We have a person with gun, 5500 King Drive. Two vehicles circling the block, suspicious. First vehicle is a 4-door Ford with no plates and tinted windows. Second vehicle is a black Chrysler with no plates. Saw 3 male blacks in vehicle. 2 males have guns. Last seen wearing all black clothing for the first person, and the second person was a black shirt and blue pants. No further details. Zone 7, District 2 is clear.
7387, Adam Boyd.
87 Adam and Boy.
Blue Line, Cumberland, Bentley.
09424. 09424. Alright, for my Lakeshore driviness, we're getting a traffic control 4900 South Lakeshore Drive in the northbound lane for a silver SUV with the hazards on. There's nobody inside or near the vehicle. Caller says it's hard to see coming around the slight curve.
231, 234, units in 2 and citywide. We have a person with gun, 5500 King Drive. Two vehicles circling the block, suspicious. First vehicle is a 4-door Ford with no plates and tinted windows. Second vehicle is a black Chrysler with no plates. Saw 3 male blacks in vehicle. 2 males have guns. Last seen wearing all black clothing for the first person, and the second person was a black shirt and blue pants. No further details. Zone 7, District 2 is clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, unit
87, Adam Boyd.
87 Adam and Boy.
Blue Line, Cumberland, Bentley.
09424. 09424. Alright, for my Lakeshore driviness, we're getting a traffic control 4900 South Lakeshore Drive in the northbound lane for a silver SUV with the hazards on. There's nobody inside or near the vehicle. Caller says it's hard to see coming around the slight curve.
3212.
3212.
Yeah, you said it was 4900 South?
Yeah, 4900 South in the northbound lane.
Plan.
Alright. 7386 Eddie. 7386 Eddie. Alright, if I have anybody over at the Howard Red Line Municipal for a female black wearing all black clothing drinking out of an alcohol bottle that's being irate and belligerent, Canine Securities requesting CPD remover. It's going to be second rail car 5490.
7386 Eddie.
86 Eddie.
Yeah, just we'll head back over there. We just pulled off. We're gonna head back.
Alright, thank you.
7387 Adam Boyd.
87 Adam and Boyd.
Blue Line, Harlem, Bentley.
09506. 09506.
739 for Charlie.
94 Charlie.
Can I get a number at Ryan, please?
09511. 09511.
7387 Charlie David.
87 Charlie and David.
Yeah, Charlie David. Can we get a bed number? Blue Line, Irving Park.
09517. 09517.
86 Eddie.
86 Eddie.
Do you know which side of the tracks are on? Which side's on?
The Eisenhower out 1 hour and hour 5 in from I-90. Your next report, 6:08 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Neil, have a great night. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 28. Tomorrow, sunny and much warmer with a high of 51. And that is the story until next week, really. Saturday, some sun and clouds, pleasant, high of 52, could reach 57, even 58 Sunday and Monday. Right now, 33 at O'Hare at 5:59.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM, some members of the Cook County Board issue a statement that calls on the state's attorney to pursue criminal charges against ICE agents who shot and killed a man in Chicago last fall.
The primary election is March 17th, but people in Chicago started casting ballots today. I'm political editor Jeff Buckles with the first people through the door at the city's voting super site.
Plus, the Trump administration dismisses a scientific finding meant to combat climate change.
I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg. Wall Street taking a tumble today with the tech sector hardest hit. The Dow today down 670 points. The NASDAQ down 469. The S&P lower by 109.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Stacey Lynn. The Trump administration has officially rolled back a scientific finding meant to combat climate change.
The 2009 endangerment finding determined carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases endanger public health. President Trump disagreed.
Fossil fuels have saved millions of lives and lifted billions of people out of poverty.
The president also said his action would drive down prices.
This action will save American consumers trillions of dollars and will lower the average cost of a new vehicle by close to $3,000.
As for concerns about what the rollback might mean for public health,
I tell them don't worry about it because it has nothing to do with public health.
Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
The immigration crackdown in Minnesota is coming to an end.
This is not happening in a vacuum, and that this administration has faced ongoing political, economic pressure from Minnesota, from other Americans who have registered their dissatisfaction with how federal authorities have undergone immigration operations in the Twin Cities area.
The correspondent Nicole Skanga tells us border czar Tom Homan called the operation a success. A partial government shutdown's likely after the Senate did not advance a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer on why the legislation failed.
From day one, I've said unless there are really strong, meaningful reforms to rein in ICE and stop the violence, there will not be Democratic votes to fund ICE and extend the awful status quo that now exists.
Still a lot of questions about the airspace shutdown near the border in Texas. Transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve has more.
This decision by the FAA to close the El Paso airspace for up to 10 days kicked off a firestorm of finger-pointing. Lawmakers want answers. The top Republican on the Senate committee that has oversight of the FAA says he wants a classified briefing as soon as possible to understand what happened and why.
In New York City, Tony Simone rallied with the New York City Council's LGBTQIA+ caucus today, denouncing the president's order for a large pride flag to be removed from the Stonewall National Monument.
We have many more of us than there are of you, and this is our America too, and by God, we'll go back up.
It's about 6:03 p.m. We're at Taylor and Clinton, I believe. The state police are having a car towed over here. That's what we're saying.
669 points. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth.
So that's what you're seeing. State police. The highway is right over here. It's right down the street. So usually the state police monitor the highway in the city. Sometimes they come into the city doing patrol work, but they're towing that car right there. So something must have happened. I mean, they must have arrested the driver, right?
A lot of people ask us about replacing their outdated electrical panel because their insurance company found an issue. They buy a new house. When the insurance company sees what's not in code, they give them 6 months to replace it. Or
there you go. Right. So something the guy must have got arrested. I can maybe send the state police a request to see what happened here, right? And state police are having a car towed here.
News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
Good evening. It's 6:04 and I'm Glenn Marshall. Tonight we are looking at 33 degrees with a low of 28. Tomorrow we're going to see a high of 51. And of course we're going to take a look at that 5-day AccuWeather 5-day forecast. It's coming up in a couple of minutes right now. But first we're going to talk to our first local top story on News Radio WBBM. Some members of the Cook County Board want local prosecutors to pursue charges against federal immigration agents. WBBM's Terry Keshner joins us live at the anchor desk with details.
Yeah, Glenn, we just got off the phone with Cook County Commissioner Jessica Vasquez. She says she and 10 other members of the board, including Board President Tony Preckwinkle, want prosecutors to act regarding the shootings of Silverio Villegas-Gonzalez and Miramar Martinez by federal immigration agents.
What we're asking the state's attorney to do is to use every tool in her toolbox and exhaust every pathway possible to make sure that we do whatever we need to do to find justice for our neighbors and justice for Silverio and Marimar.
Villegas-Gonzalez was shot and killed by an ICE agent in Franklin Park last September. Martinez was shot and wounded by a federal officer in Chicago in October. The Trump administration has said federal agents have immunity, something legal experts and others, including Commissioner Vasquez, disagree with.
We need to do something to challenge this administration when they so clearly decide to negate justice for anyone who isn't on their side.
And we just got a statement from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, Aline O'Neill Burke's office, saying her office lacks jurisdiction over federal agencies, but Burke has directed her legal team, she says, to draft a protocol for the process for moving forward with cases involving on-duty ICE agent conduct. Live at the anchor desk, Terry Keshner, 105.9 WBBM.
Thanks a lot, Terry. And Chicagoans began formally casting ballots for next month's primary this morning at the city's voting super site in the Loop.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock, guys.
And with that, the first voters walked through the revolving door at the State and Adams super site. Cora Rambert was the second person through the door.
This is about future generations. This is not about me. It's about things that's going on in Congress and the Senate and everything. And I just think it's important.
She says she cast her ballot on this first day because she's probably going to be on the other side of the voting machines during Election Day.
I usually work as an election judge and so forth. I do also streetwise. I feed the homeless.
The super site will be open 7 days a week through Election Day for anyone registered to vote in the city. We're in the Loop. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And some Chicago public school students are taking center stage on a major stage.
Raise your hands if you were here at Choral Fest last year.
This is our second annual Choir Fest,
which gives hundreds of CPS singers the opportunity to rehearse, learn, and perform here at the Lyric Opera of Chicago.
For me, it's exposure.
Deshaun Wilson is a music teacher at Diet High School for the Arts, one of 6 schools represented at Choral Fest.
A lot of the kids that I work with don't get to normally experience things like this in their everyday lives. It's nice being able to take them somewhere, beyond 51st and Cottage.
Gary Tyus is one of those Diet singers.
It was a new form of learning. It was very communicative. It was very fun.
Students aren't the only ones having fun. Just ask Taylor Ott, a teaching artist at the Opera House.
This is an opportunity for them to sing with 200 plus people, which is really powerful. Just the amount of sound that comes out of that many people.
Andy Day, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Congrats to them. Right now, it is 6:08. To get weather together on the 8th, and here to join us for our first traffic report is Abby Ryan.
Right now, Glenn, the Eden's on the inbound side, Lake Cook to the Kennedy Junction. A couple of things going on. First off, you're heavy on the inbound side, past 2E to the Kennedy Junction at 27. Outbound, it's slow on the Kennedy Junction to 5.
So it's 6:09 p.m., February 12th, 2026. We're at Clinton and Taylor. State police towed away a car. That means that somebody was taken into custody and couldn't drive their car away. That's usually what happens. There you go. SubX.News on the spot reporting from the South Loop of Chicago. Ready to go, guys?
Solid from 294 to past it. If you're on the Eisenhower inbound, heavy before Biesterfield to 355, York to Harlem, Damon to the Jane Byrne interchange Hour and 5 in from I-90, 38 of those minutes coming in from Anaheim.
State police towed away a car over here at Clinton and Taylor.
First in spots from 83 to 355. A 33-minute ride to Manheim, 57 to I-90, Stevenson outbound, a heavy Ryan to Cicero.
Towed away a car over here at Clinton and Taylor about 6:05 p.m.
355 inbound, 35 355 in. The 55 Will County southbound, heavy from 355 to 53. Dan Ryan out 28 inbound 17. I-57 17 out. Bishop Ford looks good. Due south of Lakeshore Drive southbound, stop and go 53rd to Hayes. Crash in a lane. See it. Call us. Tell us which lane is blocked. WBBM Mercedes-Benz of Hoffman Estates traffic tip line 855-780 Road. From the Metro Traffic Center, next report 618 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Thanks a lot, Abby. And tonight we're going to have a low of 28 degrees, but tomorrow is going to be much, much warmer. A high of 51 degrees.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. Let's go see what's going on. I have an idea where I'm going, right?
Airport, it is 33 degrees, 33 in Aurora. Along the lakefront is 30 degrees, and Midway Airport is seeing 31 degrees. The time now is 6:10. We're learning new details about the Hammond man accused of murdering a bar owner in Moments last week. Before he was denied pretrial release, it was revealed in court that he knew the woman he's accused of killing.
47-year-old Julius Burkus, charged with the murder of 30-year-old Courtney Drysdale during an armed robbery, used to work with her at the bar called The Line before she became the owner, according to a Kankakee County prosecutor, and that he was fired after she reported he was stealing money. It was last Monday when Drysdale was opening the bar for the day, and Sheriff Mike Downey said Burkus committed the robbery.
Despite her cooperation, the suspect shot her twice, execution style.
Surveillance video captured the murder. A prosecutor said he appeared to order her to sit on the floor behind the bar, shot her once in the head, and she collapsed. He then walked away and returned, shooting her in the head a second time. The sheriff's office released still photos after the incident, and tips, license plate readers, and cell phone records led to the man's arrest. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
If you're in the market for something sparkly this Valentine's Day weekend, one of Chicago's bling experts suggests making the kind of purchase for the right reasons.
Rubies are known for passion and for...
Man, so that dude, that's that Moments shooting. He was from Gary, Indiana, I think, or it's Indiana. So he was ripping off the bar. That was the lady who was a bartender. She was a single mom, I believe, and she saved her money to buy the bar. So she was the bartender at the bar. She saved her money to buy the bar, was the owner. He was the employee. She caught him stealing. She fires him. He comes back, robs the place. I guess he said, you owe me money. He wanted his money. She gives him the money. He makes her sit in back of the bar, shoots her in the head, leaves, comes back and shoots her in the head a second time. Yeah, if there isn't a death penalty, that's the death penalty. See, I don't know why we don't institute the death penalty on those cases. That's what we need. That's what I'm thinking.
Black and Latino drivers receive the majority of traffic tickets here in Chicago. The study from Free to Move and Impact for Equity reviewed Chicago traffic stop data from 2023 through October of 2025. It shows black drivers accounted for 48% of the stops and 45% of tickets. Latino drivers made up for 33% of those stops and 36% of the tickets. Both groups represent just about 29% of the city's population. Meanwhile, white drivers makes up roughly 33% of Chicago, but accounted for just 14% of stops and tickets. The report also finds disparities in the 18th district, which is 73% white. There, black drivers made up 44% of traffic stops, despite representing only 6% of residents. Coming up, we're going to take a look at that AccuWeather 5-day.
So, what does that mean? That don't mean anything. Those statistics mean zero. It means nothing. Oh, well, yeah, they're arresting more black people in this neighborhood, and it's mostly white. And did they break the law? Yes, okay. If they're innocent, they're innocent. You kind of get it. It's weird how they warp the statistics. It's strange. Is it weird and you should look into it? I would look into it, and I would check the tickets if they were mostly dismissed or whatever. And if there's some patterns there, then you can figure that out. But to just say on the face that it's silly. So This is some radio calls. I'm going to look into that study and see if it's flawed at all. But this is some radio calls, though.
Charlie. 383 Charlie. 7387 Adam Boyd.
87 Adam and Boyd.
O'Hare Blue Line, is that please? Seven Adam Boyd.
87 Adam and Boyd.
Blue Line, Harlem, that please.
09506. 09506.
94 Charlie.
94 Charlie.
Red, please.
09511. 09511.
7387 Charlie David.
87 Charlie and David.
Yeah, Charlie David. Can we get that number of Blue Line and Irving Park?
09517. 09517.
86 Eddie.
86 Eddie.
Do you know which side of the tracks are on, which side's on?
Let me see. No, it doesn't. Oh, it just says second rail car 5490, but it doesn't say which way.
Alright, we'll let you know.
I'm sorry, 86 Adam?
And also, what was the result of the tickets? Were they dropped or are they all sustained? Right? If they're all guilty, then they're all guilty, man. You kind of get, yeah, you got it. Those statistics, that's kind of skewed there, man. That was kind of weird, a weird report. And then the news agency just reports it. It's kind of weird there. Let's go back to the radio calls here, huh? Yeah, that's kind of that was a strange report there. It's getting gentrified over here. They got rid of the projects, huh? Elbow Homes, that's where we're at now. All right, we're on West Taylor. We're at Loomis and Taylor, right?
Seven 383 David. Could we also get a number for Roosevelt lower red line, please?
83 David.
For Roosevelt red line lower, please.
09592. 09592.
How much left? 373.
It's really interesting. When I was up north yesterday by the Irving migrant shelter that's shutting down, it's the same what I see here. When the people walk, they walk in clusters. And you usually don't see minorities in certain areas or certain groups. And it's kind of like a herding, fearful thing. It's like gazelles, right? They stick together so they don't get picked off, and it's kind of weird. I noticed that herding kind of a thing, especially on the north side there, when they were getting all off the bus. I get it, everybody gets off the bus together, but it was really strange the way it looked. It was kind of strange.
Caller says 3 male blacks are breaking into an abandoned school. First person is last seen wearing a black jacket. Second person is a red jacket. Third is black jacket or blue jacket. Apologies.
7386.
214 units and 2 and citywide. We have a burglary in progress, 4900 South Prairie. Male caller says 3 male blacks are breaking into an abandoned school. First person is last seen wearing a black jacket. Second person is a red jacket. Third is black jacket or blue jacket. Apologies. No further details, no further descriptions. Zone 7, District 2 is clear.
For the units in 12 citywide and assault in progress at Mariano's, 2021 West Chicago. 2021 West Chicago at the front entrance. And there's a male black with headphones, a hat, wearing a gray coat, khaki pants, trying to fight with armed security. Nothing further, 12th District, Zone 3. 3387 Adam Boyd.
87 Adam and Boyd.
Full line north, Jefferson Park Station event.
Zero 9629. 09629.
7383 Frank.
7383 Frank.
That's at number 6, starting bus number 1330, eastbound from 79 and Vincent.
09633. 09633. Alright, just for info for my Lakeshore Drive units, we're getting a few calls of a holding offender by citizen. It looks like it was a 4-car hit and run over at Hayes and Lakeshore Drive in the southbound lane. One of the drivers of the vehicle took off running and fled through the park. A bystander chased after him and is now holding him near the tennis court. Offender is wearing a black coat and a black sweater with blue jeans.
That's pretty wild, huh? Vigilante stuff there, huh?
18 and citywide that's in progress, 630 North LaSalle at Target. Fernando, the security is calling male black jacket, black jeans, orange backpack is in the laundry detergent house. Still in. Nothing further is on 4.
Oh, man, that's bad, huh?
234, 235 with the assist. Shots fired, 5900 King Drive. Callers reporting 4 male blacks inside a black Chrysler circling area. No plates. 15 shots fired. 2 males black on foot. One wearing blue pants, one wearing black clothing. Zone 7, District 2 is clear.
4754.
4754.
So we had a home and tour from Money Sense for 6550 Charlie.
You said 6550 Charlie?
A lot going on now. It's heating up tonight, ain't it?
Okay, got it.
Let me mark those calls there, those earlier ones, right? That one where they got the guy right here.
7383 Frank.
7383 Frank.
The Hayes Drive one.
Bus number 1330, eastbound from 79 and Vincent.
09633. 09633.
Listen to this. I think this is it, right?
Alright, just for info for my Lakeshore Drive units, we're getting a few calls of a holding offender by citizen. It looks like it was a 4-car hit and run over at Hayes and Lakeshore Drive in the southbound lanes. One of the drivers of the vehicle took off running and fled through the
park, a bystander chased after him and is now holding him near the tennis court. Offender is wearing a black skull cap, black sweater, blue jeans. I sent it over to the zone to have somebody go over there. Units at 18 and citywide at different progress 630. You cause of a holding offender right there.
So hit and run accident, Hayes Drive. Ran into, you know where the tennis courts are there, right?
For units in there in the citywide, they're going to get a ticket of shots fired. 1700 East 69th Street, 1700 East 69th Street. Anonymous caller states they heard 12 shots. Got nothing further through District 7000.
People are getting tired of that. The police need to start doing their jobs. There's going to be bad things happen if they keep not doing their jobs. That's the problem here, right? It's swinging so far from the left now to the right that there's going to be, I hate to say it, right? The police need to start doing their jobs. They shouldn't be. You seen them today, they were messing with me, right? And we seen them doing crack or something down the street. I said, you should go get the crack guys, and they're laughing at me. Well, how do you know they're doing crack? Did you test it? Like, okay, bro. Really? So you don't arrest people because you don't know if it's drugs that they're doing. So if that's the way our police, you remember what happened to me on State Street. So imagine that. If that's the way the police think, that they can't arrest somebody for the way it smells, we're in trouble. I'm not right about that. I should probably send a policy directive. If that's what they're directed to do, they can't arrest people because it smells like weed. That's weird. It's illegal to smoke weed or drug. It's illegal to smoke drugs on city streets. It's illegal. Just like drinking alcohol, it's illegal. So I don't know what those two police officers were talking about. That was really, really strange that they would say something like that. I don't know. They were playing with me. I don't know what they were doing. It was unprofessional, right? I mean, I don't mind fooling around and joking around with people, but they're like, oh, move along, move along. I said, I'm videotaping you. I showed them my press ID. And then I said, why don't you, they said, oh, we're going to give you a ticket. And I said, well, what about going and getting that guy that's smoking the weed over there, right? Or the drugs. Oh, how do you know it's drugs? Like, because you can smell it, dude? That's how you know? Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, we're going to have to check if that's actually a directive that they can't arrest people because they don't know if it is, right? It's kind of a strange thing there, right? Yeah, I don't know. And that was kind of a wild interaction with the police earlier today. That was in the middle of an empty downtown. So they're giving out tickets instead of encouraging people to come to downtown. Kind of a weird thing. Kind of get what I'm trying to say there? You have an empty, abandoned downtown, and you're giving tickets to driver rather than going after the people that are dealing drugs downtown, right? And the criminals. I bet you if I look at the radio calls, there's a bunch of vagrancy stuff, drugs, and all of that stuff happening, and they're not taking care of it. It's kind of messed up, you know what I mean? So it's kind of sad. We're going to probably listen to the 6:30 news because you do the local stuff on there. There's a couple of good stories that they were playing a little bit earlier. I want you guys to hear. You hear they're trying to prosecute these feds here now in Chicago. It's kind of weird. And a bigger story I wanted everybody to hear is there's a DSA, Democratic Socialists of America congresswoman. I'm pretty sure she was paid, Guzman. She was paid by the Chicago teachers. She's saying that you should be guaranteed your right to vote even if you don't speak English. Well, I thought you need to speak English when you're a citizen. How do you get a citizen test how do you become a citizen if you don't speak English? I don't even understand that. Is that possible in our society? Is it possible to become an American citizen without speaking English? That's bizarre to me. I don't even know of any society that would allow that. Imagine that. That's pretty wild. We're going to listen to 6:30 News. They might talk about that story.
5800 north on Ravenswood.
Well, listen to the story. You might hear it.
Eden's inbound 17. So for the Kennedy Junction to Foster, heavy on the inbound side, Cicero to the Kennedy Junction at 20. If you're on the outbound side of the Kennedy, 20 minutes. In the local lanes, 23. 3 minutes slower in the express. 38 out to the airport, inbound 45 O'Hare into downtown. Next report from the Metro Traffic Center, 638 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Thanks a lot, Abby. And tonight is going to be partly cloudy with a low of 28, but tomorrow is going to be mostly sunny and turning much warmer. We're expecting a high of 51 degrees with a low of 33 degrees tomorrow. Now, right now at O'Hare Airport, it is 33 degrees. Midway is seeing 33. Aurora is also seeing 33. Joliet, 35. And along the lakefront, it is 30 degrees. The time now is 6:29.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File in the Credit Karma app.
Need a reason to visit Wind Creek Casino and Hotel? Well, here's 2,200 of them. Right now, new players get a welcome package valued at up to $2,200 in rewards, including hotel stays, food credits, and slot-free play. It's a one-of-a-kind offer exclusively for new members. Sign up and play as a rewards member to get yours. Only at Wind Creek Casino and Hotel. See player services for details. Based on first day's losses, from $200 up to $2,000. Must be 21 years or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
The time now is 6:30. Good evening. I'm Glenn Marshall. These are the top stories on News Radio WBBM.
This is Terry Keshner. More than 30 years after two brothers were murdered in Cicero, there's a guilty plea and a prison sentence.
Early voting has officially begun in Chicago, and the city's downtown supersite is officially open.
Advocates say it's time for Illinois to have its own Voting Rights Act.
We want to amplify voices, not shut them down.
I'm political editor Jeff Buckles in the loop.
Plus, congressional lawmakers accused the Justice Department of spying on them as they reviewed the unredacted Epstein files. Right now, AccuWeather says it's about 35 degrees here in Chicago. It's going to be a low of 28 degrees, but much higher comes tomorrow. We'll take a look at the weather coming up, but here is your top story on WBBM. A 30-year-old double murder case in western suburbs has come to a close. WBBM's Terry Keshner reports.
A man named Daniel Flores has pleaded guilty at the Maywood Courthouse to the murders of two brothers, 22-year-old John Fields and his 19-year-old brother, Michael Fields. They were killed in April 1995 in Cicero. Police found the brothers, who were both Marines, lying in the street. They had each been shot multiple times. Flores was arrested in Mexico in 2023 and extradited back to the U.S. last year. That's when Angela Fields, the sister of John and Michael Fields, thanked Cicero Police Detective Sergeant David Luisi for never giving up on the case.
He's taken every phone call I've ever called for and every yell that I've ever yelled at him, and he's been there. And I appreciate you so very much for that. I just wish my mother was here to see this today.
Prosecutors tell WBBM Flores was given an 8-year prison sentence on each count to be served consecutively. Terry Keshner, 105.9 WBBM.
So murdered two Marines and got only 16 years.
Next month's primary is officially underway at the Supersite in the Loop. Election clerks have set up voting machines in an old CVS drugstore at the corner of State and Adams for people who want to vote ahead of the March 17th primary. The first person through the doors was a Republican congressional candidate. His name is Tommy Hansen. He said he got some bad directions on the way to the Supersite.
It kept switching back and forth to 191 North Clark and then here. So I went to 191 North Clark because that's where it's set to go. When I used my AI, and it was the Secretary of State instead for Ready ID. So then I came over here.
Now, Chicagoans can vote or drop off mail-in ballots at the Supersite and at the Board of Elections office at Washington and Dearborn. A member of the state Senate says it's time for Illinois to have its own Voting Rights Act as the landmark federal law comes under new scrutiny.
President Johnson signed the Federal Voting Rights Act into law in 1965 as a response to complaints that black and brown voters were being shut out of the electoral process and their votes diluted by being split into multiple districts.
This law will strike down
drug dealing. This is a drug dealing area here.
The
dealing drugs
over
there.
Chicago State Senate Democrat Graciela Guzman says a decade's worth of Supreme Court rulings have gutted the Voting Rights Act, and Illinois must step in to make sure everyone can be part of the process.
This bill is about fairness, about access,
drug
about
dealing back there.
Our Illinois Voting Rights Act would make sure that non-English speakers can get access to an appropriate ballot and that minority communities are not redrawn into other districts.
In Illinois, your voice matters. Your vote matters. And your democracy belongs to you.
Several other states have already passed similar voting rights bills. We're in the loop. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 1059, WVBM.
That's the law.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are accusing the Department of Justice of spying on them as they reviewed the unredacted Epstein files. Correspondent Eric Tucker has more.
A top Democrat on Capitol Hill is calling for an investigation after he says the Justice Department, quote, spied on members of Congress who were reviewing less redacted versions of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Now, this complaint comes from Congressman Jamie Raskin. He's a Democrat of Maryland, and he is a top Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee. His request came after photographs emerged at a House Judiciary Committee hearing this week that appeared to show that the Justice Department was tracking the search history of different members of Congress. In this case, it related to Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal of Washington State. Congressman Raskin is asking for an investigation from the Justice Department Inspector General. We have not yet heard a response from the Justice Department itself or from the Inspector General as to whether it intends to do anything with this particular request.
Now, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson also said that he did not think it was appropriate for the Justice Department to be tracking the search history of certain lawmakers. The Trump administration is undoing regulations put in place to fight against climate change.
President Trump's Environmental Protection Agency has revoked the key scientific finding that underpinned America's fight against climate change. The 2009 finding determined carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases endanger public health and welfare.
A disastrous Obama-era policy that severely damaged the American auto industry and massively drove up prices for American consumers.
The president's declared it the single biggest deregulatory move in U.S. history, of one of history's greatest scams. The move repeals all greenhouse gas emission standards for cars and trucks and could lead to undoing restrictions on power plants and other facilities. Former President Obama says the change means, quote, we will be less safe, less healthy, and less able to fight climate change. Sagar Magani, Washington.
Low gas prices coming up at $6.36.
Join the Chicago.
Here's the problem with that. And this is what I don't agree with Trump. You can agree with climate change or not. Climate change is happening. So you're silly if you don't think climate change is happening. Just look at it. It's 50 degrees. That's climate change, right? We're experiencing climate change today. Today, we're experiencing it. So it's happening. Whether it's man-made or natural, that's the debate, right? That's the debate. But here's the problem. If Trump can revoke rules and laws that were passed 10 or 20 years ago, willy-nilly without going to Congress, then what's the next guy gonna do? You see, it sets these messed up precedents. These people are using executive orders to govern, and Brandon Johnson does the same thing. He does the same exact thing. Right? He did an executive order against ICE. It's meaningless. And he passed 4 executive orders the first day he was in office to create 4 new departments inside his office that were already running in the city. Except he set up his own deputy mayors so he can spy on the rest of the departments. And in each of the department creations said, you must send all communications and communicate to my deputy mayor. Of homelessness, there was housing, there was 3 or 4 of them like that. So that's what you had. He set up a spy network and a patronage office by executive order. And now what? He does the same thing. Oh man, I didn't know that this was shut down. I thought this was a school here, man. Look at that. Look at that. It's all shut down here, Ronnie. Look at that. Why didn't we put a bunch of homeless people in there, right? Look at that.
5-9
Look at that right there. Look at that.
This segment is sponsored sponsored by Packy Web Ford.
I think that was a school, wasn't it?
Packy Web Ford will have any competitor's auto show deal on any Bronco or Bronco Sport. For details, visit PackyWebFord.com.
I'm looking on my... It's the Sears Tower is next to me. Everybody knows this is the Sears Tower, right? Right next to me.
Selling gas for $2.71 per gallon. And in Crestwood, the BP on Cicero on 135th Street, they have gas for $2.55 per gallon. Let's look at our gas prices. And right now it's $6.38, I should say. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. And here to tell us
it's Powerhouse School across the street. Technology. That's a school there, a charter school.
We've got this crash blocking multiple lanes. Stop and go 50th to before Hayes. Crash in multiple lanes. Northbound. Heavy from Navy Pier to the Chicago Avenue stoplight.
Look at that. That's a whole building there abandoned, right? Why didn't we fix that up with the migrants? Have them live there and fix it up, right?
Approaching the westbound I-190 ramp with long-term road work there. 94 west eastbound Mission 4 to Indianapolis.
Where are we at? I'm at Kedzie and I'm at Kedzie and Taylor. I gotta make a U-turn. Yeah, weed smells really bad out here. But I don't know if it's weed smell, right? Funny. Those were some funny cops. Those are really bad cops that play that game. Sorry, those guys should have been fired playing that game. Let's see here. Where am I at? Polkin what? Anybody know where I'm at? They don't even have street signs here. They removed them. That's bad. You can't even tell where you're at.
And Chicago O'Hare Airport right now is at 33 degrees.
I think this was Sears at one time.
Aurora is also at 33. The lakefront is at 30 degrees. The time now is 6:40.
It's all
Northwest
abandoned,
suburban
right?
community is getting some help with its waste.
Barrington's wastewater plant needs some significant upgrades. The community has gotten a more than $1 million grant in order to get some of the work done. The money comes from Washington. It's part of a $50 million project that will lead to...
They're all abandoned buildings here. This used to be a whole complex here. Sears was out here.
The
See
plant
that?
on North Raymond was built in the 1930s and hasn't had a major upgrade since the 70s. More than 2 million gallons of wastewater a day.
Man, all the signs, street signs are gone. Arthington. So Kedzie and Arthington. See, that's the old Sears building. See that white thing on top? That was the old Sears Tower. That's that was the tallest building in Chicago at one time, right there. Sears. That was the original Sears Tower. Right. Right. SubX.News on the spot reporting. 6:42 p.m. We're at Arthington. We're on Arthington. We're going towards Kedzie. But look at this. This is the old Sears robot complex, the original one here. It's completely abandoned. It's dark. Right? Let me show you guys on these videos here. It's completely dark here, right? Why didn't we fix this? Why aren't we fixing this? Is this for developers to make billions of dollars? Is that what this is? Why aren't we putting homeless people in here? Why aren't we putting addicted in here? Why aren't we putting returning citizens here? Why aren't we putting people that need housing in here and teach them how to fix this place and live in here? Why aren't we using the resources? Why are we getting 40 million, 100 million, 200 million, $1 billion to developers to take public property, convert it to private, or to build in already congested neighborhoods housing when, look, right here on the west side, on Arthington and Kedzie, there's a completely beautiful building here, right? Or are we waiting to condo this building for the gentrification people? Why aren't citizens living in this thing? Why does the mayor keep saying that we have a housing shortage? It don't look like a housing shortage. By the way, that's the original Sears Tower. That's the original Sears Tower right there, right? There you go. Let me let this guy go. Right? So, there you go. See that? That whole building, what is that? A whole block-long building? Abandoned. We could be using it to house homeless people and all that stuff. Instead, it's probably going to be going to some crony operation there. There you go. SubX.News on the west side. Right? That's what we do on the streets. This is Holman Square, by the way.
A smart, secure.
This is where they had the black site when ISIS and all of that in 9/11. They used to bring the terrorists over here, Holman Square. Look it up.
Located at 1701 West 87th Street or 10537 South Halstead Street. At United Fidelity Bank, they're not a big box bank. They're your neighbors. A team dedicated to exceptional customer service and personal.
Why isn't the city redeveloping this property for citizens to use for drug addiction, homelessness, re-entry? And why are we giving away millions and billions of dollars to private contractors to do schemes in already overpopulated neighborhoods?
This message is brought to you by Avocado Mattress. And if healthy, comfortable sleep matters to you, this is
6:45 p.m., February 12th, 2026.
Actually matters.
Arthington and
Most
Kedzie.
mattresses rely on synthetic foams and chemical materials that trap heat, break down over time, or off-gas. Avocado does it differently. Their mattresses are handcrafted with natural materials, organic latex, organic wool, and organic cotton, designed to be naturally cooling, incredibly supportive, and long-lasting. They're certified organic by GOTS and meet multiple non-toxic and safety certifications. Made for people who care about their health and the environment without sacrificing comfort. I love that Avocado proves you don't have to choose between comfortable, supportive sleep and your values. And now, during our President's Day sale, you can get up to 20% off all Avocado mattresses. Just go to avocadogreenmattress.com/radio. Get up to 20% off at avocadogreenmattress.com/radio. avocadogreenmattress.com/radio.
Top trending stories on WBBMNewsRadio.com.
At 6:45, Trending Stories is sponsored by Menards. Social media is alive with people who think this Valentine's Day will be a bad one for relationships because it comes the day after Friday the 13th. And a lot of superstitious singles say they plan to stay in this weekend because they're afraid something bad will happen. To battle the bad feelings, a number of counties across the country, including San Francisco and Fort Wayne, Indiana, they're offering free wedding licenses and waiving the cost of a ceremony for anyone brave enough to tie the knot. Not me. There's a new online radio station where DJs are AI and it's so all is music. Now, Claw FM launched this week as the world's first AI-only station, and it doesn't take long to realize the music is made by bots. The lyrics mostly make no sense and are often about coding and other computer-related things. They ask listeners for $5 donations, which they say is divided amongst the artists. Interesting. At 6:46, it's time for WBBM Sports, and here to give us more is Mike Esposito.
Glenn, thank you. A lot went right for the Cubs last year. They won 92.
Think about this, Ronnie. Seen that building? We could have put all the migrants in there. I bet you all the migrants we had in Chicago could have maybe fit in there. Maybe not. Not if we had 50,000, but a lot of them. And we could have had them fix it. Look, there's another building here abandoned. There's another abandoned right next to me. Why didn't we use the migrants to fix our city? They were living for free. They were getting paychecks, right? What did we get out of it? We got nothing. We got some drugs and killings and crime, right? I mean, I'm not saying all the migrants are bad, but they should have made them work for the money they were getting. That's what we got. We got abandoned buildings all over, right? It's kind of sad. I mean, I've been talking about that since the migrant issue started saying, why were they allowed to do drugs on street corners? Why were they allowed to do crime? And why didn't we put them to work and fix our city for the room and board they were getting? And you could have hooked them up with veterans, with recovering people, with returning citizens and all of that, and created a whole migrant economy where the migrants are working. Look, there's another abandoned building. Look at this, man. There's all abandoned stuff all around here. Check this out, man. It's all abandoned, man. Look at this. It's all abandoned around here, man. This is the west side, by the way, right? See that there? It's all abandoned. There you go, man. It's all abandoned. And hopefully there's no ghouls back here, man. Yeah, watch out what I do back here. There might be some crazy stuff back here, right? There's all kinds of wild stuff here, right? All right. There you go, man. I like this picture, man. This is pretty wild there, man. It might be dangerous back here, ain't it? I bet you people get killed back here, right?
Here to give us an update on DuSable Lakeshore Drive is none other than Abby Ryan.
Well, right now, Glenn, if you're on DuSable Lakeshore Drive, watch out for this cleanup continuing in multiple lanes on the southbound side of DuSable. It's stop and go from 53rd to Hayes. Because of this crash, the northbound side heavy from Navy Pier to Chicago, Tri-State southbound heavy from Cermak to Ogden, Dixie Highway over to 8094. The ways look good. 8094 slows westbound, Burr to Kennedy Avenue, eastbound slow from the Bishop Ford, 394 on over to Indianapolis Boulevard, I-65. That's fine. The Edens outbound clear, inbound 18 heavy past
53rd and Hayes. That's where the guy crashed. There was a four-car hit and run. That's where they caught him, the citizens. And there's a big backup now over there. You see that there? So crime has impacts on us. That's what Ronnie said. It has a major impact on us. Look, give a criminal or a drug addict this building. I don't care. I'd rather have him in this building than smashing into four cars.
This road to First. If you're on the inbound Eisenhower, a 50-minute ride, I-90.
It's kind of crazy.
Manheim, the outbound Stevenson, 35 to 355, 31 coming in from 355. And the Dan Ryan outbound, 22 minutes faster in the Express, 17 inbound from Canalport to the Chainburn interchange. So far, the rest of the roads are decent. Bishop Ford.
So you heard that crash on our radio, right?
DuSable Lakeshore Drive again. That crash blocking multiple lanes on the southbound side of Hayes. Next report from the Metro Traffic Center, 658 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Thanks a lot, Abby, and it's going to be a low of 28 tonight.
Let's see what's going on the radio calls.
87 Adam and Boy.
Blue line, Harlem, Bentley.
Yeah, it's abandoned here, right? Did I show you the abandoned Walgreens over there? Yeah, watch out. They do carjackings over here, man. They carjack your ass over here, man. There's an abandoned Walgreens over there.
09.
You guys seen that one? I don't even know where am I at? I'm on what? Roosevelt? Oh, man, it's hot out here, man. Look at that, man.
Charlie and David.
It's hot out here.
Charlie David, can we get that number of blue line?
All right, you ready for some action, everybody?
09517.
You might get into it tonight. I doubt it. Most people out here are pretty cool.
86, Eddie.
86
Do you know which side of the tracks are on? Which side's on?
West side, baby. We're on Roosevelt. We're on Roosevelt, I believe. Is this Roosevelt or Harrison?
No, it doesn't. Oh,
man, there's a party going on. It looks like.
But it doesnn't say which way.
Where are we at? Are we on Roosevelt? Yeah, we're on Roosevelt. West side. It's pretty wild out here, man.
I'm sorry, 86 Adam? Alright, if there's ever trying to come in, your radio is all static. I can't hear anything.
What I always said, and I don't know if you guys ever heard me, look at all the opportunity. I see opportunity. See, people think I'm a negative guy. I'm not. I don't see blight. I see the crime. I see the drugs. I see all of that. But what I see in my eyes, as a guy that builds stuff and is a vocational teacher, I see billion-dollar opportunities here. If you get the right people here, this can be a booming place. One, there's a lot of land. There's a lot of open spaces. You can have different configurations of buildings because there's a lot torn down and burned out. You can make a ton. You can invent new types of businesses, invent new types of buildings. You can do all kinds of cool stuff out here. I mean, look at it. I'm going to show you here, right? Didn't you guys see that whole block was abandoned? Look, these are abandoned stores here. This is where we need to be building stuff, not up in Edgewater and Rogers Park, right? Why? So I get the liberal voters to vote for me because I just burned $200 million on a project up there, or in Logan Square, building bike lanes. Come on, man. Look, I'm gonna show you over here. I'm gonna go back over here. Look, it's a dangerous neighborhood. Naturally, it's dangerous, all right? I'm not going to say it's not dangerous, but look at all the opportunity here. Look at this. Go to another neighborhood. You don't have this much space. You can buy that whole space or give it away to somebody and create a business. There's no bars. There's no restaurants. And you can say, oh, well, those people, this people. Man, I don't want to hear that Ku Klux Klan talk, man. Who cares about Ku Klux Klan? Who cares about them? You come in here and you have a little bit of grit. Like, remember the pioneers? They went all the way west with those horses and wagons? They were attacked by outlaws. They were attacked by the Indians. They were attacked by everybody, right? But they made it. And that's what this is. I see this as an open opportunity, like Ronnie says, a development zone. This is where we should be putting people. This is where they should put all the migrants and give them some bricks and some paint. Say, hey, man, you want to be an American citizen? You need to build a building here. Well, what am I getting paid? You're not getting deported. That's how much you're going to get paid, boy. That's what you're going to get, right? That's what you tell them, right? And I don't mean nothing derogatory here, but that's what we need to be doing. We need to be giving people the opportunity to build their lives. Look at the space here. Look at all the stuff that's here. All you see is drugs and crime right now. Yeah, it is what it is. But imagine what you can do here. Again, we're at Roosevelt and Springfield. This is a bad area, right? It's kind of dangerous. If you go up and down in Springfield here, you probably get murdered over here, man. You know, if you do the wrong thing. You don't want to. Springfield's a bad street, so you want to be careful of that, right? Look at this. Look at all the opportunity here. Look, there's people standing here. They're doing whatever they're doing. But the point I'm trying to say is here, this is an opportunity area, right? I love Detroit. I always say this story about Detroit. If you've never been to Detroit, you need to go to Detroit. I don't know how it is anymore. I don't want man, look at that. That guy's doing tacos right there, right out of his truck. See that? He's a smart man. He's pulling in the money there. See that there? Oh, man, rib tips, tacos, man. Look at that stuff. That's cool, ain't it? So, I don't know when's the last time I went to Detroit. I used to go to Detroit a lot. I love Detroit, even before it was really bad. And when it was really bad and then it was messed up. I love Detroit. I used to fly there from Midway. It used to be $20 or $30 to get to Detroit. We used to go there all the time. But I seen Detroit as an opportunity because everything was wiped out. Look at it. You see these neighborhoods here? Look. The whole block is wiped out here. All wiped out. And what had happened? Brandon Johnson gives it to somebody, some crony operation. I'm going to make low-income housing, and it's going to be $1 million a unit. That's not low-income housing. That's a crony giveaway of tax dollars to a contractor. $1 million per unit, you'll never recover the costs. That's ridiculous. Look at what Brandon Johnson's done while in power. He gives the money to liberal contractors, millions of dollars. They give some token jobs to some people, right? And let's make a U-turn because I want to go west, right? That's where I was going. But I just want to show you guys this. I see this as an opportunity. I want to show this to people because people say, oh, man, you're a naysayer. You're a bad guy. Yesterday when I was talking about the gangs in my neighborhood, oh, Whitey, get out of here, man. I lived in the same address 30 years. They're talking about Whitey, get out. I'm older than you've been alive, punk. I'm older than you've been alive, and I've been living in my apartment, my building, longer than you've been alive. And you're telling me you know about my neighborhood? You know about this and that and the gangs? Man, I don't want to hear that bullshit, man. I don't want to hear that stuff. You're no better than the Ku Klux Klan with 2 holes in the sheet. No better than them. When you talk silly stuff, whether you're black, Mexican, Asian, white, Southeast Asian, I don't care what race you are. If you talk that silly stuff, you're no better than the Ku Klux Klan. Your brain is a little rock, man. That's what you got. You got a hard brain. You got a knuckle brain. You know what I mean? You know what a knuckle brain is? It's like a brick. You can't get nothing new in it. And you don't understand what things mean. And that's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm only a single guy, right? I can only do so much. And I'm showing everybody here, right? And this is my voice. This is my platform to talk about what I like. I see this as an opportunity. Do I see bad things here, like over there that we just seen a bunch of people probably doing some things and it might be a shooting there later? Yeah, that's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But I see this as an opportunity. And I don't see it as a rip-off opportunity like Brandon does. Brandon rips people off. Everybody knows that. He steals money. He steals tax dollars. He gives it to private contractors. It's taking away our tax money and giving it to private people. Why? To buy votes. That's what happened with all the migrant money. That's what's happening. That's what Brandon Johnson's doing. And he's a Democrat. And Republicans do the same thing. They're no different. They're the same people. So what we got to do is find the people that are working for us, for the people, right? that someone says, you know what? You just got out of prison. Now, that's what I'm going to do to you. You see that building over there? It's abandoned. You just got out of prison. I'm going to give you that building. You got 5 years to fix it. If you get on cocaine and drugs and you do that bad stuff again, you're going back to prison. We're going to take away that building. Now, and after 5 years, if you fix it, guess what? After 5 years and fix it and you got that building going, what's an apartment building, a business, or just a house? Who cares? I don't care what it is. I could care less. Guess what? After 5 years, you keep your nose clean. You don't get into trouble. You got some things going on. Guess what? You get to keep that building. And guess what? If it gets gentrified, you get to sell that building and make a profit if you want. Or you can keep your family there, or you can keep your business there, or do whatever you want with it. We could care less. That's how you spur economic opportunity. You don't give away money. You give away the objects that create the future for somebody's life. If you give somebody money, that's nothing. Did everybody ever hear that? 7 o'clock. This is some news. That's enough of my talking. 7 o'clock news.
Cast their ballot for the Illinois primary at the city's downtown voting super site. Meantime, a state lawmaker says it's time for Illinois to pass its own Voting Rights Act. Plus, President Trump overturns an EPA finding meant to protect people from dangerous greenhouse gas emissions.
Everybody understood it's not bad that it's an emissions thing. It's bad that he's using executive power to run our country. That's what's the bad part.
But tomorrow, mostly sunny and turning much warmer, a high of 51 degrees. And we're sitting at about 33 degrees here in Chicago. The time now is 7 p.m.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Stacey Lynn. A big blow to climate change regulations. President Trump says they're rolling back a finding that determined carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases endanger public health. He says the move will drive down car prices. And CBS's Weisha Zhang tells us how automakers are responding.
In terms of how quickly this could happen, even if automakers are on board with this, it's going to take time. And they point out that many consumers want electric vehicles now. And so there's a lot of things to factor in when they consider how to change their current business model.
A funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security failed in the Senate. The reason, says Minority Leader Chuck Schumer,
today asked a simple question. Will you rein in ICE's abuses, or will you vote to extend the chaos? Republicans chose chaos, and the Democrats, we refused.
The FBI is doubling the reward for information leading to the location of Nancy Guthrie.
Everybody knows Peoria Butcher Shop that used to be on Lake Street is now over here. Look at that big place. I haven't been there yet. Oh, man, have you ever shopped at Peoria Packing? Oh, my gosh. If you like to eat meat, don't go there. As you won't be able to leave there without a shopping cart full of meat. If you never shopped at Peoria Packing, you need to go there. If anything, it's an experience, right?
People who live near Guthrie's home to turn over any security camera footage they may have. A tragic accident in the Caribbean.
A young Marine has been declared dead after falling overboard from the USS Iwo Jima in the Caribbean Sea. His death is the first known U.S. death in Operation Southern Spear, the military's campaign to counter narcotics. The Marine Corps identified the Marine as Lance Corporal Ofora, who was just 21 years old. Ofora was declared dead on February 10th after a 72-hour search and rescue mission failed to find him. His death remains under investigation. Eleanor Watson, CBS News, Washington, D.C.
A judge has temporarily blocked the Pentagon from punishing Senator Mark Kelly for calling on U.S. troops to resist unlawful orders.
There are millions of retired service members who, by the way, I have heard from many of these people that have changed what they say and do because of how this president is acting towards me and towards others.
To the Olympics in Milan, where the USA men's hockey team dominated in their opening game, beating Latvia 5-1. And if you're keeping track, Team USA has secured 14 total medals, 4 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday.
Does everybody see what I see? I see opportunity here. Look at all this empty stuff. Look at it. Give that land away to a factory. This is what you do. Call Kanye West. I don't know if you want him or not. He apologized for being a Nazi. I don't know if it's authentic, but whatever. You get guys like Kanye West or Shaquille O'Neal or some other people that have these lots of money that run businesses, right? You say, look, or Nike or anybody. How come we don't make gym shoes in America? That's weird, right? That's what I'm talking about. We can make gym shoes in America. That's not a big deal, right? And you say, look, you see that land over there? They're doing something over there. I used to go off-roading in there. I got all this land here. I'll give it to you. You got to hire 80% of people from Chicago. You got to commit to being here for at least 50 years. I'll give you the land for free. We'll give you, like Ronnie said, some tax rebates or something like that. And you get that going. You start making these deals. That's the one reason I did vote for Trump, because I know he knows how to make those deals. I don't like what he's doing with the climate change. I think climate change is happening, but I really don't like his method, right? That he's using executive orders and fiats, it's called a fiat, to bypass not only Congress, but to bypass the voters. That kind of a thing, climate change, that should be a voter thing, right? Do you want climate change regulations? Yes or not? What did the industry say? Yes or no? You already heard. Some people want electric cars. They already want them. So what are you doing? What are you just making up shit as you go along? Man, all right, I guess so. You're the president. But, you shouldn't be doing those kind of things. Again, it's the process. That's what I'm talking about. And so what I'm talking about now here, the process should be, if you're a progressive person, if you're thinking about the city and not selfish, you could be doing things with these properties, right?
Candidates that they support.
There's the one.
Colorado, and several others.
That's the one that says people who don't speak English should be able to vote.
2 people are facing federal charges in a $10 million healthcare fraud scheme.
Federal prosecutors in Chicago say
everybody knows these are hookers out here, right?
48-year-old Kashif Iqbal and
31-year-old That's a hooker right there. Everybody knows that, right?
Claims to private healthcare benefit programs and also to Medicare for services and items that were not provided. 3 alleged co-schemers have already been indicted.
It's all hookers here, right?
One of them is from Chicago. The Chicago office of the FBI and Chicago's Office of Inspector General are among the agencies that have been working on this case. Terry Keshner, 1059 WBBM.
A new pilot program in Cook County explores alternatives to jail for teens accused of violent crime.
We're at Kilpatrick and 5th. This is where a lot of hookers hang out, right? And there you go, man. This guy's on the opposite side of the road. You see that there? Talking to that chick. See that there? You gotta watch out. They shoot people out here, man. There you go. The deal's being done right there. He might be her pimp too. You don't want to they murdered a guy out here. The pimp murdered a dude out here before. And you see, there's no cops. We were out here once the cops were driving around with the hookers hanging around here, man. They didn't do nothing. But here, you got an empty building, and I know people might not want hookers to be legal. But, I think in a building it's a lot safer than being out on the street. Just like a drug addict, you want the drug addict shooting up needles on the park? Or do you want them to be in a building where maybe, he does what he wants or she does what he wants? And then you don't have needles laying around the streets and stuff like that. You just seen, right? That's hooker stuff happening right there, right? They got tents down here. They have hooker tents underneath this bridge over here. You see all the cars driving around here, right? It's 7:08 p.m. and you see all these cars driving around, right? Everybody noticed that? Like, what's over there? Is there a McDonald's or something over there? No, there ain't no McDonald's over here, man. And that's a hooker tent right there. You see that tent right there? That's a hooker tent right there. They do hooker stuff in there. They have tents all over in these areas, right? It's 5th and Kilpatrick, whatever you want to call it here, right? There's all kinds up and down these areas, right? Again, there's no city service. I've never seen a city services truck out here taking care of these girls, checking in on them. I've never seen that out here, and I've been out here a lot. and in different spots. See, these are all things that this progressive guy, this mayor of ours, who keeps saying he's progressive, he's pro-people, he's pro-this, he's anti-this, he's this and this, and ICE, and whatever other crap they do, right? He wants people who don't speak English to vote. I don't get that one, man. Whatever. What? But he's not out here taking care of these girls, is he? Is he? He's not. He's not taking care of the people who were murdered and killed yesterday, right? The murder-suicide, or the couple of people that were carjacked and killed yesterday, right? He's not taking care of that. Is that a cop there? No, that ain't a cop. Right? But you kind of get where I'm going with this? You don't see any city services here. You see abandoned land. You see this and that. And then you go down the street, you'll see some drugs. You'll see some other things. The point I'm trying to make is we have people who are stealing our tax dollars. And they're not doing anything for the money they're taking. At least do a little bit. That guy must be the pimp over there, man. I'm going to get out of here because I went twice, and I don't want that dude messing with me, man. I don't got time for that nonsense. People think they own the street or they own the corner and all that. You know, people in our city are strange. They would think they own corners and stuff. I don't know. That's kind of weird, don't you think so? But hey, that's how life is, I guess. There you go, right? So the girls are out here, right? There's all up and down places all up in here, right? This is, we're on Cicero here, by the way. And then they hang out in this parking lot sometimes, right?
10181.
I just got to turn something off. That's what I got to do.
Jail 14's accused of violent crime.
We're at Kilpatrick. Oh, sorry about that. Hookers are out tonight by 5th and Kilpatrick. About 7 p.m., February 12th, 2026. I guess people are looking for love.
Assault in progress, 2 down to Wallace. 2-car auto accident, white sedan versus Toyota. Male black got out of his vehicle, caller, who is he feeling tough with and gestured like he had a weapon. Zone 13, for 9 station, please. Tell me 385 Adam. What unit? 7385 Adam. 7385 Adam. Can we get a bit low for quality of life? So you can do the red line. That's all right. How are you?
Quality of life is smoking.
It's 10258. 10258.
So they don't let me. Really? Really? Look at that, man. These guys are maniacs. They don't even watch.
Progress at 68.
They didn't even watch. Did I want to cross the traffic? Weird. They were just looking forward like they're scared. You can see scared people on their faces.
Going eastbound, 79th and Loomis.
There you go, right?
8653. $10308, 10308. Well, thanks. It's actually about 8563. Okay. 3212. 3212. Yeah, but I got an ETA on the middle. No. Give me a second, I'll call and check. Thank you. All units stand by unless you have an emergency. Everybody stand by the city level.
Something's going on.
Yeah, Charlie. Maybe you didn't hear me when I said everybody stand by. Do you have an emergency? No. Well, stand by one moment. 3212. Go ahead, Clay. Alright, 3212. The other one at 6,000 South, the one that was at 57, he said he's working on that one now. It's a 3-car accident down here, but the other one, he'll get to it once he's done. The one at 52nd.
Multiple accidents on Lakeshore Drive. Multiple.
Next unit that's coming in.
7388 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
Platform check. UIC Holstead.
10350. 10350.
10-4. 7384 Adam.
84 Adam.
Can I get an event number for Jackson Red?
10356. 10356.
7386 Charlie.
86 Charlie.
Number is Clark Lake.
10364. 10364.
Look at that train station closed down. Why they closed down the train station?
We got waved down for disturbance at the train.
Yeah, you want to know why they closed down the train station? That's institutional racism right there. When black people are in an area and they want them out, they shut down their schools, they shut down their churches, and the last thing they do is they shut down their transportation system. So then they move to where they need to work and make their money, or in where they live then, right? That's institutional racism right there. There's no reason to shut down. Why would you shut down a train station? Why? There ain't no, it's a train station. It don't do nothing, don't cost you nothing. It's just a train station. It's concrete. That's that. If you want to know what institutional racism is, that is. The best institutional racism on CTAs you got to look at is Grand Avenue Blue Line. It's a case study of racism. City racism. It was open many years. I rode the Blue Line all the time. All of a sudden, I don't know when it was in the 90s maybe. It was maybe 9. When that place, when the projects were getting messed with over there and they wanted to clean that out, the Milwaukee corridor over there. I got to show you guys there, because the Mondos are still over there on Milwaukee Avenue. They're sleeping right on Milwaukee. The migrant drug dealers, the ones that tried to kill me, right? They said they were going to shoot me. Those guys. They're living there. So that's the Milwaukee corridor, so they wanted to clean that area out. So what did they do? They shut down the Grand Avenue Blue Line station. Why don't you go over there today and check if it's open? It's open again. Why? Because they got condos and restaurants over there. They pushed the people out that they wanted out. That's a textbook study. If you want to get a PhD, if you want to earn a PhD in, I don't know what, racism or political science or civil whatever, I don't care what you call it. You write your PhD dissertation on that, you'll get your PhD. You get all the documents over the histories of when that was built, who lived there when it was built, that station, when the train station, all of that, who lived there. And then you can trace it through the census. You can trace it through I don't know if you can get it through IRS data, but you can get like how much people earned in that area. There's ways to get that data. I forget what it's called. And then you go through it. You can do densities. You can do all kinds of things and pull all those documents out. You can even get the school ethnicities, right? The schools that were there, see how the ethnicities change. If they open the schools, they close the schools. We know we're on Cicero Avenue, right? They just shot up a bunch of people over here, right? Oh, man, this. And you go through that and then maybe even interview some old timers, blah, 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 and you'd get a PhD right there. It's an easy dissertation. I just gave you that dissertation. Grand Blue Line Station. It would, and this is how you would frame your question, because when you do a dissertation, you frame it, right? I do got one of them, right? I got a PhD. This is how you would, man, look, that house, that's all messed up. You know what's messed up? This is one of my pet peeves. I'm going to show you one of my pet peeves over here. You have to frame your dissertation as a question that you're looking to answer, right? It's a hypothesis, that kind of stuff. But it's more of a dissertation. It's not a thesis, it's a dissertation. It's something different. But I would say is, to what extent did the city of Chicago engage in institutional racism when it shut down and reopened the Grand Avenue Blue Line CTA stop. Pretty simple, pretty direct. Then you have a few other questions in your dissertation, blah, 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 and then you do it. Then you got to get all the work out. It'll take you a few years to do that job. But this is what I hate. This is my pet peeve. Look at that. You got an asshole, LaShawn Ford, a jagoff, right? Yeah, I'm going to use bad words here, right? And he's got his sign, re-elect me. And what do you got in there? You got a damn abandoned building in back of him. Look at that shit, right? That's how you check your politicians in this city, right? Got that? That's an asshole, right? Some of these guys will put their signs right. They'll put their signs right on. Some of these guys will put their signs right on the building that's abandoned and say, vote for me. I'm like, how do you vote for a guy that's got a sign on an abandoned building? You got to be out of your mind. Where the hell am I? I don't even know where am I? I'm at Jackson and Cicero, right? Let me show you this. No, I'm all right, my brother. I'm in the news.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? What's up? No, I'm the news, bro. I'm doing my work right now, okay?
Can I help you?
Huh?
Can I help you?
I'm the news, my brother. My name is SubX.News. I just said I'm in the middle of doing something. I'm right about the tape, son. I'm doing a live feed, all right? I appreciate you. My name is John.
Hi, John. I'm Chad.
What's up? But you got a cigarette in your mouth, brother. Oh, all right. Well, what do you need change for? I don't carry money. I don't carry money because of carjacking around here. It's a dangerous neighborhood. Huh?
So I get something to eat.
I told you I don't carry money with.
You buy me something to eat?
Huh? I don't carry money with me, my brother. All right, take it easy, my brother. Good luck, okay? I had no fingers, man. Let me just save that video and let's do this one more. Take two, right? So when I said this is one of my pet peeves, right? What time is it? It's 7:21 p.m. We're over here on Jackson and Cicero. This is one of my pet peeves. Let me show you this. See that? That's an abandoned building. We're on the west side. It's a pretty rough area around here. So this guy, this LaShawn Ford, this is how scummy of a man he is. He puts his signs to re-elect him where there's an abandoned building. There's another sign here. These politicians out here on the west side, oh, and he's endorsed by Danny Davis, right? Look at that. That's how scummy these guys are out here. They put their signs right on an abandoned building. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to. And then you look, it's all messy around. He don't even clean up his area that he wants you to vote for him. Man, would you vote for a guy like this? Signing an abandoned building and looks all trashy over here. Do you think that dude's a good guy? I don't think so, man. But he'll probably get reelected. All right, take it easy, my brother. You be safe, all right? I don't even know if I got a business card, man. Let's see. Yeah, I'll give you my business card. I don't know. You got a phone or something? How do you talk to people? There you go. I'm live feeding, by the way, over there. I'm doing there. That's me, man. I do like crime, homelessness, drugs, fucked up shit, and I report on it like Critter does. You know, you ever see Critter?
For what?
For the internet, for news. I'm an independent news guy. That's what I do.
There's a lot of trash over here.
I was just talking about the sign. Every fucking fucked up neighborhood, these pricks put their signs where it's abandoned. What the fuck, man? Why don't you fix this shit?
Right. I'm living on the streets right now.
I'm sorry. That's just my pet peeve.
Right. I'm homeless trying to get some meat.
And they got all these fucking abandoned buildings. Why they? All right, whatever. I'm live feeding. Fucking kick that fucking door and let you be in there. Fucking, what the fuck's the difference?
Right. I wish you buy me something to eat.
Huh? You keep asking me that, and I say I don't carry no money, my brother.
Yeah,
okay.
They take cards over here.
Huh?
They take credit cards.
I don't carry my. But you got a cigarette there, brother. You'll be all right. Huh? You'll be all right. Don't worry about it, man. All right. I gotta get going, man. I try not to do that. All right. All right, take it easy, my brother. SubX, give me a call or text me, all right? If you got a story, all right, let's talk about it. You, boy, where do you hang out? You are here in a shelter or what, or on the street? Where do you hang out, in abandoned buildings or what?
I lay down on the floor up there.
Where, around here?
In front of the Maxwell's.
Oh, yeah? And then what, so you're just around here mostly. Do you know that other, do you know the white dude without the arm? What's his name? Shit, I just forgot his name. He hangs around here on Cicero too. It's a white dude.
His name,
I forgot it. No, not Sam. He had another damn. Rocky?
Oh, Rocky kind of heavy set?
No, he's a skinny white dude with the long hair. He has two arms.
A long time.
Yeah, he was downtown. I seen him. I used to talk to him. I interviewed him once. He had a good story, and that's what I mean. What I want to do is, and I stopped because somebody.
I got a story. I do drugs.
Yeah, what else?
I lost my fingers for drugs.
Was it a frostbite?
Yeah.
Yeah, frostbite. I had a friend that lost his legs. He passed out in the snow before. I was homeless too before and on drugs and all that years ago. So what I want to do, my thing is, and maybe we'll get together another time because I'm in the middle of some stuff, is they're not doing the right shit to help people out on it.
Right, all they build, they empty one out, put some beds there.
Who cares? They say it's liability, man. It's bigger liability you laying on the street.
Right.
And then all you see is, and you know what I see? I see they dump the money here. Who do you get the money here? Right. Why don't you just let you be in that building or something? Make it a special city or building or something like that. And then maybe hook you up with some ex-veteran or somebody like that can help you fix the place and you're done and it's your place. Who cares? That's all. And you do your thing, and whenever you're ready to do your thing, you're ready to go, all right? So what's your name again?
Chad.
Chad? All right. C-H-A-D, right?
Yeah.
All right, Chad John. I'll talk to you a little later, but I'm running my thing, all right? Take it easy, my brother, okay? Thank you for talking, too. I appreciate you, okay? Thank you. So you see, everybody has the same problems out here, right? That dude has no fingers. All his fingers are gone. That guy's fingers are gone, right? That guy's fingers are gone. That's it. He has no fingers on both of his hands. So it's like I was saying, and he agreed. You got all these signs here that reelect me, and here's this guy sleeping right there, right? Imagine having an election sign that says, elect me, on an abandoned property, and it looks like crap in the area. Well, here you go. Jackson and Cicero. 7:15 p.m., February 12th, 2026. All right. You see any economic development here? You don't see it. There's people living here. There's a lot of people living in here. Most of the people living here, 90 to 95% of people living here are good people. There's probably more good people in this neighborhood than there are in different neighborhoods, because in different neighborhoods where they have more money or more, I don't want to say privileged, right? A higher socio level, there's more scammers and schemers, right? Here it is mostly working people, right? They work for their money. Some get welfare, some don't. But most of the people living here, they're good people. They're hard-working, working class people out here. They just dump the drugs and the guns and all that crap in here, and they don't have proper representation in the city council. They don't have their representation in downstate in Springfield, and they don't have representation in D.C. You know how many people represent this area? Maybe 12 to 20 people are elected, and they all have staffs. There might be 50 people paid to take care of this area, and they don't do crap for it. They just put up a sign that says, "Reelect me," right? Reelect crap. That's saying, we won't say the crap, we'll say failure, right? And let's put it back on the radio calls. We'll probably miss something there, right? It's 7:21 p.m. Moreover, that's the tape, right? Thanks for giving me a little patience. I'm multitasking, right?
384 Charlie.
There we go.
7384 Charlie.
Can we get a quality of life event number, pretty please?
Quality of life means smoking.
All right, at Chicago.
So they don't arrest you.
Chicago State Red Line.
Chicago and State Red Line, quality of life.
10882. 10882.
Quality of life, Chicago and State Red Line. What was the number she said?
7372. 7384 Charlie.
7384 Charlie.
Can we get a quality of life event number, pretty please?
All right, at Chicago and State.
Chicago State Red Line.
10882. 10882.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask for that paperwork, and I'll show you what that is, right? And show you what they do. They let these criminals go. That was Brandon Johnson's executive order. He says there will be no more arrests for smoking and using drugs. Did you guys all know that? Do you know he signed an executive order like that? You guys don't know that, huh? Yeah. See, that's what happens when you sign executive orders. You do illegal stuff. So he goes against... What he did is he made an executive order that went against state law, county law, and CTAs and the city laws against smoking. He made an executive order. That's why I say executive orders are bad. And that's why when Trump does them, they're bad. It don't matter if you don't agree with the underlying policy. You don't do that. You don't change long-standing practice through executive orders because why? The next guy's going to come in and do the same thing, right? That's the problem. A guy wrote a paper on it. I'll republish it. Let's keep moving, right?
85 Charles.
Now, can I get a VIN number for 793 Red Line?
I gave you your number. You got this link.
384 David.
84.
Can I get an VIN number for the Howard Station, please?
Number 10435.
My damn car smells like a cigarette now. That guy was blowing his cigarette smoke into my car, man. I hate that shit. I don't smoke anymore. I haven't smoked for 30 years. And my car smells like cigarettes now. My wife's going to be pissed. Look at that. There's a building empty right there. Look at that building, right?
7394 boy.
944.
Let me get a red line ticket. Stay late, please.
Check event number 10463. 10463.
7386.
7386.
Yeah, take an event number for Howard, the red line station, please.
Howard Red is 10467. 10467.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You got more abandoned. There you go. You got more elect me signs on an abandoned business. You see that there? See that there? Abandoned business, and they put up their signs. Got that? Would you vote for them? They're going to get elected. You'll see.
Where's your check?
1015 South Central Park.
It's 7:21 p.m. No.
All right, 10490. 10490.
4758.
4758.
You can put me up clear.
That's fine.
For units in during the city with the battery in progress, Marquette Cottage, Cottage and Marquette, 2 people inside the LD are fighting. It's also coming over as assist PO 6621 Sub Cottage Grove, 6621 Sub Cottage Grove.
Always having
on
problems.
off duty, PO are fighting inside, no weapons seen. CDPO is not calling at 10-1. We got nothing further. They're District 7.
They always have a problem at that Aldi's.
8-1, Red 1, we are up and available. Good evening. 8-1.
Alright, 10-4, good evening.
385 Davis.
Unit coming in.
7385 Davis. Can I have a platform check at the Roswell line?
Hey, you think I'm joking here? Look.
10547. 10547.
Look at this place. This is an abandoned business. It's an abandoned business. Would you vote for any one of these people? Look at this. They have all their signs on an abandoned business here. See that there? There's all these signs, the political signs. It's an abandoned business. See that there? Look, it's an abandoned business. See that there? It's abandoned. It's an abandoned bank. See that there? And they have a sign that says, elect me. And yet, the place is abandoned. Look at it. It's a nice building, too. They should use it for something. I don't know, a drug place, hooker place. I don't care what you use it for. But instead, they put their sign there. And guess what? Those people, Conyers, she's a crony, right? She messed up her last job she had. Her husband is the crony of Irving Conyers. He's the crony of Brandon Johnson. Right? There you go, right? Elect me. I have my sign on an abandoned business. That's pretty wild, ain't it? Yeah, that's kind of my weird thing here, man. I used to do that all over for a while. I did that for about a year. I was taking pictures of all these abandoned buildings. Right, there you go, man. It's all abandoned. See that there? It's an abandoned business. And they got their signs all over there. See that there? It's kind of messed up. Where was that? Where's that fight? There's a big fight somewhere. Did you just hear that? I gotta get back to that tape, man. Where was that fight at?
3212. 7387. Boy. Charlie David.
87 Adam, Boyd, Charlie, and David.
That number, Blue Line, Jefferson Park.
10567. 105.
Where was that fight at? Did I miss it?
7388.
There's a shooting over there.
Number for a ride mission.
Murder right here before a guy with a machete was chopping people up over here.
10631.
There's a guy, he told me to go talk to him once. Josh or something. And all these signs.
1212, right, getting a battery in progress. Washington and Hermitage and Washington. So the daughter called and told her that there is a large fight at that location. Unknown number of people, unknown weapons, nothing further. 12th District, no free.
Washington and Hermitage, a large fight. There's Sip and Pin. There's a nice place.
10641.
What was it? Washington and Hermitage, right?
3212.
I'm clear. Can I get a lunch check? Want the water and the first?
Support, enjoy.
7384 Adam.
84 Adam.
Can I get one for the Jackson Red, please?
10702. 10702. Charlie? 85 Charlie, I can barely hear you, but I heard the red line, I don't know where.
79-3.
Alright, it's going to be 10712. 10712.
7385 boy.
85 boy.
Can I get another red line check at the 95th red line? Can I get the event number?
10719. 10719.
384 David.
84 David.
Can I get an event number for the Howard station, please?
10724. 10724.
7386 Adam.
86 Adam.
Event number for Jackson Station.
10730. 10730.
7384 boy.
84 boy.
Boy, can I get the number for Clark and Lake?
10749. 10749.
1014.
You're welcome.
738 680.
86 Eddie.
Number please for Howard.
You know where we're heading. We're going to check out how the white dopers are doing out in Oak Park. They're bad out there, man. They're tweakers out there, man.
Units in 7 and citywide, battery in progress at the 6200 block of South Walcott. There's 2 males outside fighting in the empty lot. One of the males was yelling for help, unknown if any weapons. The caller was driving by, and there was somebody recording it. Nothing further, zone 6 clear.
Recording a fight, right? That's bad.
7372.
7376.
Find the number for outbreak.
I gotta watch here. This has been rough up here. They had a few killings up here already lately. I gotta watch my ass over here, man. They've killed a few people over here, man.
7384 Charlie.
84 Charlie.
Event number for the Chicago State Red Line.
10836. 10836.
They sell drugs right here, man. Right on the street corner.
You're welcome.
Right there, man.
7385 Adam.
85 Adam.
KLPW then for the 95th red line.
10846. 10846.
Look at all those signs there, huh? And this is a dope dealing area right there, man.
7384 Charlie.
Pretty wild, ain't it?
7384 Charlie.
Can we get a quality of life event number pretty please?
Alright, at Chicago and State.
Chicago State Red Line.
10882. 10882.
There's drugs all around here. I'm gonna see how dangerous it is back here, man. Yeah, they're all around here. They're drug dealers all around here, man. Drug dealers, hookers, and all that. It's dangerous, right? This alley is dangerous here. Really dangerous.
83 Charlie.
It's really bad out there. There's a lot of people there, man, doing drugs right there. And they do drugs in this park here.
10945.
Yeah, look, if they want to do drugs, I get it. Then certify them, put them in a building, let them do drugs in the building, and you're a certified drug addict. Who cares? Man, look at that. They got a bonfire out here tonight. All right, let's see what we're going to do here. There's a guy right in back of me. See that? They got a bonfire going there. Let's go around the block real quick. How about that?
85 David.
Do not enter. What happens if I go? What happens if I go the wrong way? What do you guys think? Think there's a cop out there? I'm gonna see, right?
83 boy.
Yeah, we have the quality of life number from Red Line.
10973. 10973.
We got to get that number. That's Cicero, right? Did you hear that? I mean, let's get that number. Let me get that. Write that number down for me. Send it to me right now. Quality of life. We got to get all these reports.
Blue line, UIC Halstead, Medical District.
There's a lot of quality of life. What was that number? What'd she say? Let's replay that.
10987. 10987.
83 boy.
83 boy.
Yeah, we have the quality of life number from Red Light.
I can't type. It's not, my phone ain't letting me type. Always happens to me when I need, my phone just starts acting up. It just froze on me, right?
10973. 10973.
10973, right? But that was Cermak, right?
88 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
10973, correct? And that was Cermak?
Blue line, UIC Halstead, Medical District. 83 boy.
83 boy.
Yeah, we have the quality of life number from Red Light.
One 10973. 10973.
88 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
73, 88 Charlie. Doing a train ride. Blue line, UIC Halstead, Medical District.
10987. 10987.
10-4. 7384 Charlie.
84 Charlie.
I better get out of here before something bad happens
Chicago
to me.
State Howard lower platform.
Wait, Chicago and State, the red line?
10-4.
Thank you, Marietta. I appreciate you. Thank you. I needed that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Marietta. I wouldn't know what I'd do without the people helping me every day. You guys do, you don't even know how much I rely on my viewers. Here, I'm going to tell you this thing. I wouldn't do this. I would do it even without viewers. I've done it before, but I feel more safer when there's viewers. Why? Because if something bad happens to me, I know somebody will say, yeah, you better get over there. Something just happened. So that's what I appreciate everybody viewing. I know sometimes it's boring. I do my wood or I talk a lot, but I've expressed this before to people who watch my show. Oh man, what the hell's that, man? It's all shut down here. What they doing over here, man? It's a dead end or what? I want to go down the block, right? I guess I can't go here, man.
5700 Adam, go ahead.
Got some info for the helicopter. Straight Seal, Franktown 50538. Should be an older model Chevy Malibu. Eastbound 9290, match Maplewood. Just here right now, passing Ogden, local lane 1.
You just heard it, right?
Alright, PH1, did you copy?
PH1, we copy. We are over Congress of Lupus trying to get eyes on it and keep us updated.
That's right over here. Let's go.
Alright, 5700 Adam, just keep us updated.
10-4.
Charlie.
That number for Clark and Lake.
11022. 11022.
Heard 110.
Hold on. 11022. 11022.
5700 Adam.
5700 Adam, go ahead.
Got some info for the helicopter. Straight field, Franktown 50538. Should be an older model Chevy Malibu. Eastbound I-290, Mass Maplewood. Just here right now, passing Ogden, local lane 1.
Alright, PH1, did you copy?
PH1, we copy. We are over. Congress of Lupus trying to get eyes on it and keep us updated.
Helicopter's above me right now.
Alright, 5700 Adam, just keep us updated.
10-4.
There you go.
84 David.
That's the police. They're looking for that stolen car. It's right up there. You see it passing by.
Citywide shots fired.
There you go. See that?
Anonymous caller heard 1 shot fired, so nothing suspicious coming.
That's the
84
cops.
David, it's going to be 11036. 11036. 5700 Adam.
They're looking for him right here somewhere.
Helicopter, straight field, Franktown.
See the helicopter? That's the helicopter right there. Looking for that stolen car here. Looking for a stolen car over here on the west side. What was it again? What was the make and model?
2384 boy. Hijacked one to fit. Eastbound I-290 passing Ridgeland, local lane 2.
There's another one, right?
Alright, PH.
26 Citywide 1.
26 Strata.
We're giving a disregard on that stolen car.
I'm sorry, are you talking about the Chevy Malibu?
10-4, I think I have eyes on it. Currently under 5.5 right now. It's in express lane 3.
Chevy Malibu.
Alright, and the Chevy Malibu, they just bailed from it. 6-9 and Wentworth. They're running through the gangway. A male black.
69th and
Wearing all black. Now, he's running northbound now.
Alright, the hijacked vehicle, 2384 boy.
84 boy.
Can I get a CTA check, Clark and Lake?
111.
Hijacked one to fit. Eastbound I-290 passing Ridgeland, local lane 2.
Alright, PH, it's passing Ridgeland, local lane number 2.
10-4, red letter beef is going to be coming right at us.
it's right here. That's above us.
Alright, we're
409 Eddie, drop it on the box.
10-4.
08 Frank, 73814.
6408 Frank, you wanted it on your box too, right? I just gave you guys the wrong one though. Hold on.
Alright, PH1.
There's another one on Laramie too.
290, we're inbound. We are passing Lockwood at the moment. So we'll stay on with you until we get into a zone. We're passing under Laramie now. At 5700 Adam could confirm.
Alright, 5700 Adam. Under Laramie right now.
That's right here.
By the way, that Malibu just parked up into the gas station at 63 and Yale. It's at the pump.
Alright, that Chevy Malibu is going to be a 6-3 and Yale at the gas pump.
And we're still eastbound. We're past this row.
Alright, so yeah, that's probably it. PH, I think you got it.
7383, David.
83, David.
Well, can I get some numbers for the red line on Roosevelt?
11160, 11160.
7384 boy.
84 boy.
Can I get a CTA check, Clark and Lake?
11165, 11165.
5700. We're passing Central Park, still eastbound.
It's right here, right? That car is the stolen car is here.
Central Park, still eastbound.
7384 Davis.
They got all abandoned buildings here. See that?
Quality of life mission of Howard, please.
Alright, it's going to be 11169, 11169.
Can we hold the air for the hijack cars? Alright, we're exiting Sacramento. Exit Sacramento.
Alright, it's going to be exiting at Sacramento.
Sacramento, we're going to go southbound Sacramento. We're at Harrison.
Alright, southbound Sacramento at Harrison.
Alright, we're going to continue going southbound. At Flournoy, southbound Sacramento.
Alright, southbound Sacramento, passing Flournoy.
I'm going to switch over to the zone. If you can advise them, we are southbound Sacramento at Taylor.
Alright, southbound Sacramento at Taylor.
Just a heads up, ISP with it. Roosevelt, we're going to go westbound Roosevelt from Sacramento. I'm going to stay with you, so you're right.
We're just on Roosevelt.
Alright, westbound on Roosevelt.
Are we? We're just there.
And the Chevy Malibu, they just bailed from it. 69 and Wentworth. They're running through the gangway. A male black wearing all black. Now he's running northbound now.
Alright, the hijacked vehicle is still westbound Roosevelt. We are at St. Louis now.
Alright, for the carjacked vehicle, it's going to be westbound Roosevelt at St. Louis.
We're just there, weren't we?
Alright, and the 7th District does have one detained from that Chevy Malibu.
Alright, we're northbound Independence, 1050 guys, 1050, send ambulance. We got one running, we got the driver running. Northwest from Independence. Jumping over the fence in the west alley, west of Independence, north of Roosevelt. Continuing westbound.
Alright, they're saying you dropped the firearm over there, and where did they crash so we could get fire headed over there?
He's running right up to you, squad. He's in the alley south of Crenshaw, north of Roosevelt, coming back to Independence.
Alright, back to Independence.
Threw a gun out and crashed the car. Crenshaw and Independence.
One time. He tossed some items, squad. We'll give you an address in a second here.
Alright, Pete, did you see how many bailed?
They got 2 times in custody. They got the driver and 1 time at the vehicle.
Alright, so the driver and then 1 other at the vehicle.
That's right over here.
Alright, the items that were tossed, those were his shoes. He ran out of his shoes. He ran right out of his shoes.
Pretty impressive.
Squad, thanks for your help. When you need a moment, give that number.
Alright, no problem. The carjacked vehicle is going to be 11114, 11114. That Chevy Malibu is going to be 11028, 11028. And they did get 1 in custody from that one as well.
Great job as always.
Thank you.
88 David.
88 David.
Ride the blue line from Medical Center, eastbound to Jackson.
Did she give us an address?
11236. 11236. Next unit that was trying to come.
Squad, thanks for your help. When you need a moment, give that number.
Alright, no problem. The carjacked vehicle is going to be 11114, 11114. That Chevy Malibu is going to be 11028, 11028. And they did get 1 in custody from that one as well.
Great job as always.
Thank you.
88
Crenshaw, right? Independence and Crenshaw? That's what you said, right? Did those cross or not? I don't know. Independence is right down there.
11236. 11236. Next unit that was trying to come in.
Let's go back. I'll go over to Independence. I know where Independence is at. Let's go backtrack a little bit and see where, and maybe we'll find that car, right? Let's go. Ready?
83 Charlie.
So 2 cars, one stolen, one carjacked. And they're having a fire over here, right at the park. But we're going to go see the carjacked car.
11052.
They're selling drugs over here and hanging out over there, right?
7384 Adam.
84 Adam.
Can I get one for the Jackson Red, please?
So there's multiple cars today. There was one on Lakeshore Drive, one over here, and then one on the south side. So 3 that I know of. But it sounds like there was 4 today.
Red line, Garfield.
So you heard 2 cars here on the west side. One bailed on 69th. But then there was another one on Lakeshore there, but then they said there was one on 52nd and one on Hayes.
One of the citywide shots fired, 104th and Avenue L. Caller heard 10 gunshots, didn't see anything. 4th District 28.
2700 Adam.
Go ahead.
It just hit southbound on the Ryan at 33rd.
Alright, PH1, southbound on the Ryan, passing 33rd.
4 around the Ryan, we're at 33rd, so we're going to get our eyes out the window here, keep us updated.
Alright, 10-4.
2700 Adam. We just got a hit on a hijacked vehicle eastbound I-290, Kansas Lane, local lane 1. David Adam, 65202.
They're back at it over here.
2022 Chevy Trailblazer. The roof should be white. And the street still just hit Pershing.
Alright, PH1, you want the carjacked vehicle or the street steal?
No, I think we're going to reload. We're going to go for that high tech. Vehicle. So we're heading up to 90 there.
Alright.
I gotta figure out where that was at, though. I'll go on Independence. We'll see if we can find them up and down Independence, right?
5700 Adam, can you give me that plate again?
David Adam, 65202.
Alright, thank you.
6419 Charlie, drop that
6419 Charlie.
It's hijacked out of Broadview. The bottom half should be blue and the top half should be white, so the roof is the white part.
The bottom half is blue, the top is white. Alright.
It just said eastbound Home Avenue, local lane 2.
Alright, eastbound Home Avenue, local lane number 2.
I'm at Independence is somewhere else. I had to pull over because I gotta stop and get my bearings here. I just wanted to get out of that bad area over there.
Around that stolen